Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Two important things I want to hit on. First of all, the roadmap roundup from 2 days ago had a lot of juicy information in some very small paragraphs we're going to dig into. But first, I want to touch on the Foundation Festival, which is happening right now. It's a free fly event, and the guides, both the guides and the new recruit, can get some awesome rewards, including these paints, and I believe the guide can even get some ships. So this is important for a few reasons. First of all, Star Citizen is incredibly difficult to understand and learn because there is no tutorial level. So what they're doing is they're pushing this guide system where you, as a new person coming to Star Citizen, once you use a referral bonus, no, you don't have to use a referral bonus, but if you use a referral bonus, let's do that first. If you're joining the game right now, be sure to use the referral bonus code when you register. If a friend has one, go grab it. If you don't have a friend who has one, use mine right there. It gets you this beautiful black dragonfly. You get one, I get one, and everyone is very happy. So be sure to use the referral bonus before you sign up. So once you sign up, you have an option to get a guide. Now, this is interesting for a few reasons, because the first time they're actually rewarding the guides with decent rewards this time, as opposed to before. I think they just got some thanks, right? So you get that beanie or that hat, but there's more to it, because if you do very well in a certain category, you can actually get, the guide that is, one of these ships as a prize. So that is a pretty decent prize. That is not bad at all. The Caterpillar, the Touring, the Star Runner, these are very decent. Let me just confirm this. Multiple prizes can be claimed from a single session, as the reward is based on the recruit's endorsements at the end of the session. Plus, the top guide in each category during Foundation Festival will take home the ship as well. So that is a good idea. I like that they did that. I think the guides put in a lot of effort and are very helpful in getting new people into the game and just understanding what to do, because it's incredibly complex. And if you put in the hours, then yes, I think you do deserve something nice. So these are all fairly decent sized and priced ships. I'd like to see this being more of a permanent thing done with the guides rather than just for this event. So this is a free fly event. If you don't know what that is, basically anyone can go in, create an account right now in Star Citizen, use the bonus, use the referral bonus, and you can fly any ship. Well, not any ship, you can fly these ships pictured right over here as a way to introduce you to the game. So go ahead and do that. There's also, I believe, a sale. Yes, there is, right. So you can get the Aurora MR for $40, that's 10% off, or the 100i for $52. Not bad, but I've seen better sales, but this is decent for just getting Star Citizen. I don't believe it comes with the Squadron 42 part of that. So if you're interested, get in there right now. Again, we've seen better deals in the past, but this is not horrible. So onto the meat and potatoes. I want to talk about the roadmap roundup. So a couple of things mentioned in here which I thought were very interesting, which will make some big changes to the game. So every 2 weeks, accompany with the roadmap updates, a brief explanatory note of more insight to decision making, and let's see what they have to add to it. So we have vehicle tractor beams. This is big, with physicalized cargo coming into the game and tractor beams, because I know a lot of you love the Cutlass like I do. The Cutlass Black has those little spaces in the front where the tractor beams are supposed to go. So now, when you blow up your friend and you want to take his cargo from space, your vehicle will have the tractor beams built right onto it, which is awesome. So implementing tractor beams attached to ships, either remote turreted or turret-like attachment, allows the players to move and tow bigger objects, including other ships. While I don't think every ship can tow every other ship, there are dedicated tow boats in there. It's nice to see that finally coming into the game in some form where we can use them, and obviously going to add a lot more fun gameplay to the pirate loops where you can destroy ships and grab the cargo in space using your ship. Artificial gravity. So this sounds like fun. You're on your Starfarer or your Caterpillar and you're being boarded. You as the engineer will now be able to turn off gravity, which will make it, I guess, a bit more interesting. I can see people trying to abuse this by turning the gravity on and off again, trying to make the other guys fall to the ground maybe. But definitely a nice little twist to give boarding parties a bit more of a challenge if the engineer can just turn on gravity or actual atmospheric controls in the ship itself on and off to make sure that you must be wearing a helmet probably. So interesting little bit there, and I guess a fun little piece of gameplay coming in. Fire Rat's armor. This is coming from the Pyro gang, up and coming Pyro system. There's going to be the Fire Rats, I guess the equivalent of the Ninetales probably. And they're going to have their own armor set. That's nice. Shopkeeper outfits, okay. Unified item ports, FPS, renaming and standardizing character item ports to properly represent their capabilities. So right now, I guess if you want to put your med gun in a certain port, it will require a dedicated port for that. I think that's where they're going for it. There's also going to be non-lethal weapons. So you want to keep your lethal weapon and your non-lethal weapons separated. These item ports will probably be what does that. Swimming tier 0, finally. 890 jump owners can go swimming in their pool because that's why you bought the ship, obviously, because you like swimming so much. So swimming coming in also with rivers and lakes now in the game. I guess there could possibly be some missions where you might need to dive down somewhere. This opened up some interesting game loops where there might be buried treasure or sunken treasure, I guess, but swimming coming our way. Something which most games do have, and good to see it coming to Star Citizen. AI utility, implementing the utility AI behavior. The AI will drive vehicles, pick up, haul, and stow carryables, as well as manage the vehicle's cargo bay and inventory. Okay, just 2 lines, but a lot happening in there. You land your caterpillar on a planet or moon. You need to load up some cargo. The AI will drop the forklift or whatever vehicle, be able to pick up, haul, and adjust inventory to possibly deliver stuff to your ship or take stuff off the ship. A very important game mechanic that is needed. The AI commuter. No longer do you have to feel silly standing alone there for the space Uber at Orison alone, because now there'll be AI standing there with you. Just a little small thing to make the world feel more normal, more alive. Implementing the commuter AI behavior into the game. The AI will search for means to travel to their destination. So that's kind of cool. Basically, the Quanta will say, hey, you got to go from here to here. The AI will seek a way to go do it, which means jumping on public transport. So the trams, the air shuttles, everything else will have AI sitting around, moving back and forth and doing their thing. Very cool little feature. Environmental space missions. Implementation of new missions and scenarios the player will encounter as they wander around an area of space. The missions appear will be based on the probability volumes that the player is currently in. So you're flying around the moon, I guess not doing anything. Missions will pop up for something happening in that area. It could be someone needs a rescue. It could be an investigation. Find a missing person. We've seen these missions before, but now they'll depend upon where you are in a certain area of space. Like if there's a cave on a moon that you happen to be on, there might be a mission to go, hey, can you get something from a cave? That's what they're saying over there. New interdiction scenarios. So this is actually pretty big. They're adding new variations and difficulty levels of interdiction scenarios that players will come across while quantum traveling. So it doesn't sound like much just from that line over there, but basically what this is a possible doorway to more game loops. So you're flying from A to B, you get interdicted. Right now it happens, there's some pirates, they want to shoot you. You just spool up and you fly off again. But what if there is a caterpillar being attacked by pirates? You can go and choose to help the caterpillar by shooting the pirates. Then the caterpillar pilot says, hey, thank you very much for the assist. By the way, my uncle's brother's plumber told me about this derelict outpost on some moon, and he said there might be some treasure there. So you see how an interdiction can lead to a side quest. And that's where I see them taking this. So no longer is it simply an interdiction that's going to waste your time. There might be a reward for doing the right thing and helping someone being attacked. They will give you a certain quest to go find something. Could be something of value. That's where I see this going. And I think it's a perfect way just to introduce more meat into the game, some more flavor into just flying around where usually nothing happens. Now, if you get interdicted, it's possible going to lead you down a whole rabbit hole of more scenarios to lead you something of value, just to make it worth your while. Your time has value, and that's where I see them going with this. Physicalized weapon handling. So not a big deal, but introduces character animations while interacting and customizing your weapons. So when you choose to put a suppressor on, the character is going to take it out, it's going to twist it on. You want to put a new scope on, you'll see him reaching in and putting a scope on the weapon. Nothing major, but just making it more realistic and adding the fidelity which the game aims for, do that. And with that, ladies and gents, this concludes our Roadmap Roundup and the Foundation Festival. So if you want to be a guide and possibly earn yourself one of these ships, get in there and introduce someone new to it. Or if you are new, don't forget to use the referral bonus. Here's mine right below. Feel free to use that. And with that, if you enjoy my content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. Your comments below are appreciated. And as always, this episode is brought to you by my Patreon backers. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your continued support. If you wish to join my most glorious Patreon group, there's a link right there. I'll see you in the next one.